The NPC session lowered its curtain just one day after the country's top advisory body, the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, concluded its 10-day annual session in Beijing. After the conclusion of the NPC annual session, Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao met with journalists and answered questions from them. Since the correspondent is reporting from the venue of the meeting, the Great Hall of the People.
Premier Wen Jiabao met journalists after the National People's Congress session ended on Monday. He answered a broad range of questions concerning domestic and international affairs. The previously unveiled 12th five-year plan puts great emphasis on economic restructuring, social justice, and the grain industry.
Wen said he still faces arduous tasks ahead until the completion of his tenure in 2 years. He promised to make great efforts in accomplishing the targets ahead and fulfilling his duties given the arduous tasks and complex situations in and out of the country.
我应该像一个战士一样，在自己的岗位上坚持到最后一天，做到忧国不谋身。
And Wen said the government will make every effort to cope with the rising employment pressure after China has decided to lower its annual economic growth target to 7% for the next 5 years, from 7.5% for the previous 5 years.
主动调低经济发展的速度，不仅表明决心和意志。 而且是一个重大的举措，就是说，在今后5年，以至中国经济发展的相当长时期，我们要把转变经济增长方式作为主线。
Wen stressed China must strike a balance between economic growth speed, job creation, and inflation control. The premier also talked about the inflation, saying the current inflation is part of a global issue. He attributed the structural inflation to rising labor costs and primary goods prices in China. Wen pledged top priority to tackling inflation, which he said has affected the immediate interests of the people. As for the widely concerned exchange rate reform, the premier said China would continue to gradually increase the flexibility of yuan's exchange rate, but stressed that the pressure on enterprises and employment will be taken into consideration.
但同时，我们也必须考虑，这种升值还是渐进的。 因为它关系到企业的承受能力和就业，我们要保持整个社会的稳定。
Affordable housing is another major task of the government in the coming years. The government had vowed to build more and better welfare apartments to curb the runaway housing prices. According to Wen, China will build 10 million welfare apartments respectively in 2011 and 2012, thus pushing the total number of welfare apartments to be built from 2011 to 2015 to 36 million. Most of the welfare apartments will be used for low-income renting, said the premier.